all I do is inspire teams. All I do is just inspire teams to make the best of what they have using technology. That's just my role. So whatever it is, in hospitals, in schools, in pharmacies, supermarkets, restaurants, I find myself in places like that, solving problems using technology. And this is what I found out. Please take it to the next slide. This is what I found out. Next slide, please. What I found out is this, that teaching is dead. Hold up, don't crucify me yet. I'm sorry. I know you guys are having a nice time learning yourselves, I know this period is where you retrain yourself, gain more skills, and then you launch for the next session. But listen to me when I tell you this. In the next 20 years, let me even be fair, I'm not saying 10. In the next 20 years, there will be no such thing as a teacher. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Now look at this. For example, look at this. This is how a train looks like back in the day. And this is how a train looks like right now. I don't know if you can see the difference. Please, in the chat, if you can see major difference here, put it in the chat. My question is this. Is there a slight difference or is there a major difference? That's all I want. So put it there. What you can see on your screen right now, what you can see on us is a train. Past how it was in the past, how it is right now. My question is just simple. Can you notice a major change? A major change or a minor change? Is a change major or minor? That's all I want. Drop it in the chat. Next slide. Next slide. Good. That's just one. Now take a look at cars. This is how a car looked like back in the day. This is how the car looks like now. Is there a major difference? I need someone to answer me. Guys, let's start with the train. Major or minor? Let's start with that. Anybody want to talk to me? Anybody? QSL, you can talk to me. Abisola, you can talk to me.
Major.
Major. Okay. All right, let's go to the car. Thank you. Let's go to the car. Major or minor? Car. Major or minor? All right, let's go to computer. Major or minor?
Major.
All right, let's go to time. Let's go to time. Major or minor?
Major.
Let's go to mail. Mail. Major or minor?
Drastic. Major.
Let's go houses. Houses. Major or minor?
Major.
Go to the next slide. Go to the next slide, please. Now take your time. Take your sweet time. Look very well. I want you to look very well. My question is just simple. Is there a major change or is there a minor change? Tell me. Because you've been shouting major since. I've been hearing major, 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 major. You go to school. I can't hear you. No, it's not even you. You are not even the one talking. I want that lady that was shouting major, major, major. Please tell me. Major or minor? Or you need more time to check it very well. All right, check. Maybe you can see, zoom it very well. There may be a little difference, maybe on the wall or on the ground. Zoom it very well. Can you notice any major changes there? No.
I think there are no major changes there.
Yeah.
There are no major changes there, just minor.
So is it minor or major? So she said minor, I think. Thank you very much.
Can you zoom it out?
Okay, you can zoom for them. They need to see it. You can zoom. If they need to see it very well. There are two different classrooms, one in the past, one present. So we are trying to see if there's a major change or there's a minor change. That's what we are asking for. Is there a major change, a minor change?
I think minor change.
Yeah. It's a major change, a minor change. Okay, good. Now let me tell you the answer. Let me tell you. Okay, good. Thank you very much. Now let me tell you the truth. Let me tell you the truth. I'm not here to drag with anybody, but let me tell you the truth. If you said there's a major change, I don't know, maybe your phone is showing you something different. If you said there's a minor change, I still don't know. It seems like your phone is showing you something different. What my phone is showing me is the same image. I have kids seated in rows and columns, all orderly, all in front of somebody with the materials on their table and paying attention to the person teaching. It is exactly the same thing. There is no minus change. There's no major change. The only change I can see here is colors. Not that the only change I can see right now are colors. Now think about it.
But it's also arrangement change as well. There's more change.
Basically, rows and column. Those are minor changes. Should I go back to the images that you were shouting major to? I think glaring. The changes are glaring.
The colored ones are mostly adults. Why the black and white, they are mostly kids. That's another difference.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Please.
You said?
Share the previous image, please.
Okay, share the previous image for them, please. Yeah, you can also zoom. So it depends on, although the truth is it depends on what you're looking at though. If you understand the scenario I'm trying to compare, you know that there's no change. I'm comparing how systems evolve, how systems get better, how systems change. In this system, I just showed you, in the previous slides you are seeing here, this is a car system. It has changed drastically. This is a computer system. It has changed drastically. This is an emailing system. It has changed drastically. But let's go to on the next slide. On the next slide, nothing changes. You understand what I'm saying? Please go to the next slide, please. So what it means is our educational system is not even in Nigeria, worldwide. I'm not come to Nigeria yet, so our educational system worldwide doesn't change systematically. It doesn't change. Maybe is someone talking to me? Sorry, I didn't know if that was for me. Let's go on to the next. Let's go on to the next slide. We'll come to that later. So I want someone else that has not spoken, please. Look at this, right? This is a very lovely girl, a friend of a friend. I know her, and let's call her Vodina. Vodina wants to be a banker in future. For Vodina to be a banker in future, she would need 16 years. Primary 6, secondary 6, university 6. So she's ready. She's good. She's young, right? So she goes in primary school. She does 6 years. She goes in secondary school. She does 6 years. She goes in university. She does 4 years. Please go to the next slide. And then she went back to the bank. She loves being a banker, right? She went back to the bank. I'm ready to work right now. And she saw this on her chair. She wanted to be a teller. You know all those bankers that issue money, you understand how it was those days. But right now, there's no such thing as a teller. There's almost no such thing. Let me say that was sorry. Let me put it that way. There's almost no such thing as a teller. So what would you say to Vodina? Vodina went to school for 16 years. Vodina went to school for 16 years to learn math, how to calculate money, how to do balance and whatever, how to transact. And then the next time Vodina comes home, she has gotten the experience. She wants to work now. She meets an ATM, a piece of technology that can do everything she can do in 6 years. Everything she has learned in 6 years, that thing can do it better than her. What would you say? I want someone to talk to me. What would you say to Vodina right now? If she plans to be, she went to the bank when she was young. She saw tellers. They're looking beautiful. The guy, what do you want, sir? Welcome. How can I help you? Oh, you need your money. Take. They love it. They went to school to study at the end of 16 years. Of course, I'm sure. What would you say to Vodina? Put it in the comments if you have anything to say. I want someone to talk to me. In this scenario, what do you tell her? Because she has gone to school and now she cannot use what they taught her in school. Because there's a piece of computer, there's a piece of tech that can do exactly what she does. Anyone has something to say? You can unmute yourself. I need a response. As we are going, this is an interaction. I'm not telling you something that is strange. I'm just sharing my thoughts with you. We are just having a discussion. If it was you that wanted to be a teller in future, a banker, and at the end of the day, a cash register or a cash machine or an ATM can do exactly what you can do, what would you do? You'd have to switch like many of us here. You'd have to switch like many of us here. And most times when people switch, the default setting of switching is teaching. So if everybody switch from different profession and comes to teaching, you should understand what that means. Go to the next slide, please. I'm not. I think my time is. Let me, go to the next slide, please. Yes, next slide. So let's even look at what teaching is. Let's come closely to say, okay, you're a teacher. You love teaching. That job you're doing to transform a young child into an educated adult. What kind of job is that? What are the jobs you do? Next slide. I don't know. I'm not seeing the slide right now. Can you help me with the slide? Can anybody hear me? Can you hear me, please? Anybody can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
We can hear you.
Okay, so I have my slide here. I can go ahead. Please, if the slide is back, you can put it back on. So to teach means to impact knowledge. That's what teaching means, to impact knowledge or to instruct somebody on what to do. That's what teaching is. Do you know what the definition of a teacher is? The definition of the teacher is a person who teaches or a person who impacts knowledge. But what if that definition changes it to, because in the next 10 years that would no longer be the definition. In fact, right now as I'm talking to you, if you are following ed tech trend, call it ed tech trend. If you are following ed tech trend, you know that definition is not correct, because right now a teacher can either be a person or a computer. A teacher can either be a person. Sorry, someone is saying something. Is someone saying something to me? Is someone saying something to me? Hello? Okay, so we need the slide, please. Can you mute yourself, please? Shemos, I can hear you. You're interfering. I can't.
Please mute, Shemos.
Okay, so let me go ahead. We need that slide so that I want people to see what I'm saying right now. So as a teacher, what are the things you do? Number one, you prepare for lessons. Maybe you write your lesson, like lesson plans, put everything together, right? After that, you teach, right? That's 2. After that, you can set exams for what you've taught, right? That's 3. After that, you mark the script of the exams you set for you after they've answered everything, right? That's 4. And then 5, you prepare records to show the performance of students. These are the 5 things that I don't know. Drop it in the comments. What are the major things teachers do? You as a teacher, what are the major things you do? I just mentioned 5. Please drop in the comment and let's have a conversation. Or unmute yourself and talk to me. Anybody? Tell me some of the job you do as a teacher. We just want to follow a scenario. Tell me some of the jobs you do as a teacher. Anybody? Chima, you can talk to me. I can see Obialu, you can talk to me. Dami, you can talk to me. Chika, you can talk to me. Gold, let's hear you. What are some of the jobs you do as a teacher? There's a reason why I'm saying. When you say those jobs, yes, anybody want to say something?
A teacher write note of lesson, authorizing the note of lesson, not use the note to teach. After teaching, now we'll give a take-home work to test the knowledge of the students or the pupils. Then after that, coming back the next day, he is going to assess the work he gave to the students. Then a teacher also check the record, that's the register, marks the register daily from Monday to Friday to assess the numbers of students that were in school for that week. Then going down to test, the teacher organized tests, set test questions for the students and pupils during the 7th week, I think, the 7th week of the term. Then after that, there's a home midterm project. During midterm break, a teacher gives a midterm project to students, which is still a take-home work. Then coming back, he will still mark, go through it, and do some corrections. Then coming to the end of the term, a teacher will give administer exams, like set exam questions. You have to set exam questions first. After setting the questions, then administer the exams, then mark it, record it, then transfer it to a broadsheet, then now transfer it to the main result booklet.
Man, this sounds like a whole lot of work for a teacher. I'm saying, I'm like, whoa. You guys do this as teachers. Whoa. But hey, don't worry. My next question is this: which of these things you mentioned can you do better than a computer? All these things you mentioned, that you do this, you do this, you do that, you do this. Just think, right? Which of them can you do better than a computer?
What I've mentioned, a computer is always a computer. Human being is always human being. A human being can never be perfect
Wait,
than the
relax. It's just how many of those things can you do better than a computer? How many? Maybe 1, 2. Give me a number.
I think no computer can do better than me. Like all those things I mentioned.
Oh, none. Really?
Yeah,
None.
computer can write notes.
Oh,
It can.
okay. So if I have a school and a computer can do a whole lot better than you, and I have the choice to get the computer to do that, why would I want to employ a teacher?
Then that's why we have you.
Okay, good. Don't worry. It's not all bad, right? I have good news. Don't worry. It's not all gloomy, guys. Someone else want to say yes,
Hello?
please. I need you to talk.
I
Go
think
ahead.
even
For me,
if
I would say that, okay. So
okay,
is this still talking?
yes, I'm
You
talking,
can go
please.
ahead. No, I'm done with her.
Okay.
He's not talking. No, thank you very
Okay.
much. Let me go to the next person.
Okay, so
Sorry.
I
I need
think
everybody.
even if
No, not you. Let her talk. Sorry. So let her talk. I need everybody to talk. I'll come back to you. Let her talk. Let me hear what she wants to say.
All right. For me, I would say that yes, computer does the work for us. Computer help us to get the work done. But I still feel that in the aspect of imparting, because as a teacher, your impartation is beyond teaching maths, English, social studies, and all that. It's beyond that. So computer does that, yes, but the students, like the child in a classroom, he sees a life, someone that he can share his feelings with, someone that when a child wants to learn there's some kind of lifestyle a child cannot learn from the computer. Seeing the teacher living that life, a child can learn through that way. So I feel that yes, computer get the work done, but the computer cannot impact the child life. The computer can only give the child
Who's
knowledge
talking?
and all
Sorry,
that.
what's your name?
But your
What's your name?
impartation, gold.
What's the gold? Yeah, gold. Yeah, truly gold. Because that is actually what I was looking for. Thank you so much. I said mention one thing that you can do that a computer cannot do. That's what I said. And you just, although you may not say the word itself, you explained it, and that's it. The human touch. No matter how good a computer is, the computer does not have the human touch, because the kids, they are not just all about learning context. They are learning the behavior of the human being that is giving them the content. Why I'm saying this is some people feel like my role as a teacher is to do this, to mark, to do this, to that. I do this, I get tired at the end of the month. Right? But the truth is, whatever can be replaced by a computer shouldn't be what you should be doing right now. Meaning, what I'm saying is, this last term I just finished, if you know you did anything that included maybe manual work that computer can do, if you know you actually spent time doing all those things that a computer can replace, you know that you're doing the wrong thing. Focus more on the skills that have the human touch, not the computer. What I'm trying to say is don't say, because you go to most schools, you're like, hey, embrace technology, learn it. No, yeah, okay, we are used to, I can mark it very well. I know how to mark. I'm a machine in marking. I can calculate. I'll do it by myself. What I'm saying is this: all those things you're struggling to do, collating scores, setting exam, getting materials together, presenting, it's all those jobs that you're doing. It's not your job, because that is what computers are supposed to do. Your job is to put the human touch in the teaching. That is what computers cannot do. What that means is, if you're right here and your focus is on those things that I don't know his name, all those things he mentioned, I can't remember his name, I'm sorry. If you're a teacher that focused, that you did exactly what he said, I'm not saying that's what he did, he just said that's the duty of a teacher. But if you did exactly what he said this last term, you are the one that can easily be replaced by a computer. But if you recognize that those jobs are not your job, to calculate scores is not, to mark script is not your job as a teacher. Use tools that can do all those things and focus on the delivery of the subject, the way your student sees you, the way you deliver it, stands you apart from the way an AI is going to deliver it, from the way a ChatGPT is going to deliver it. Focus more focus your strength more on these areas is what I'm trying to say. Let's go on to the next slide. This slide here, I'm not here to teach you, to tell you, give you technology and how to be a better teacher. No, I'm here to tell you that you need technology to be a better human being. So as a human being, whatever you're doing, either you're a teacher, you're a doctor, you're an engineer, just know that whatever you're putting, the effort you're putting that can be replaced by computers should be allowed, should be given to computers to do. Don't struggle with computers on that. So I don't know, my slide is not up, but there are two things that you need as a teacher right now as I'm talking to you, for you not to be extinct in the next 10 years or in the next 20 years. There are just two things you can do. Number one, know tech skills. Use tech skills. Like I said, focus more on your human touch, right? Right? Focus more on your human touch. Then then use tools to accelerate your productivity, so make you do more than struggling with pen and paper. So tools is very, very important. Tools, very, very important. You use tools to solve problems. Very important, but that's just one. And if you go for this one, you're good, but you're not safe, because tools are only as good as the person who uses it. Let me say that again. Tools are only as good as a person who uses it, because if you want to fell a tree, for example, and I come up with my what they call those chainsaws, right? It's not by how pretty the chainsaw is, it's not by how good looking the chainsaw is, it's by who is holding the chainsaw. I can give a chainsaw to an amateur and he can stay there 3 days, he has not done anything. I can give a chainsaw to a very experienced person and the person does it in less than a minute. What I'm trying to say is this: tools are good. It boosts your productivity. I'm going to share those tools. Personally, I don't want to share tools, because if you have a better option, you're not going to settle for less. The better option is to learn a tech skill. Let me say that again. The better option is to learn a tech skill. I just shared you the picture of Vodina, for example. Vodina wanted to be a teller, a banker. But after going to school and everything back, an ATM replaces her. The only way that ATM is going to replace her for real is when she doesn't have a tech skill. It's when she cannot operate it. It's when she doesn't know how it works. It's when she doesn't know anything about it. That is when that thing can replace, because all machines need humans to operate them. So I know all teachers are, guys, share us tools. Okay, you want to do exams. What do we use for exams? Free tools. So let's go to Canva, use this. That is just, how would they put it? That is just prevention. You're not really curing it from the roots. You're not curing it for real, because as much as you don't have the skill, you keep fighting for tools to use. But if you have the skill, nobody tells you the tool to use. You know what to do. You know how it is being done. All you need to do is stretch out, get the tool you want, and get your job done. That's what I'm saying. So if you have a tool, tools are used to solve problems, but skills are used to create solution. There's a difference. You're solving a problem is different from creating a solution. You're solving a problem is just one problem. You're creating a solution solves multiple problems. That's why I see teachers, every single session they're writing lesson notes, every single session they're marking, every single session they're writing scores. Are you not tired? Are you not tired? If you learn the skill, you don't just solve one problem, because after everything you give the result, you solve just one problem from the child. Next session, you are repeating that problem again. So if you have the skill, you are not solving the problem every single time. You're solving it just once. My slide is still not on. So the thing is, tech skills. You actually need tech skills. You actually need tech tools. It's just left for you. Now, if you talk about tech tools, I'm sure so many people here have tech tools. Let's talk. So if you know of any tech tools that have made you better as a teacher, let's hear you. Tech tools that you've used that made you better as a teacher. Tell us the name of the tech tool and how good it made you, how the advantage it brings to you. Let me hear that. You can drop it in the chat, in the comment, please. You can unmute yourself, please. Unmute yourself and talk to me. While others are using the chat, one after the other, unmute yourself and talk to me.
All right. Good evening.
Yeah, please go ahead. If you have something to share, please share. Talk to us.
Please, can you hear me? All right.
Yes, we can hear you.
One tool that has really improved me as an educator is Gamma App. I think it's an AI app. It's helped me in preparing slides. I can just copy my notes from MS Word and I can use it to prepare a PowerPoint slide. It's very, very helpful. So I don't need to use the normal Microsoft PowerPoint to prepare slide. I can use the Gamma app to prepare my slide, and it makes my teaching really seamless. Thank you.
Miss Mercy, please drop that down. Gamma app. After this, you can share your slide and then show some of the tools you have. Miss Mercy, Gamma app. Next person.
Okay, good evening.
I've used ChatGPT. I use ChatGPT to prepare assessment questions. The ChatGPT, I'll just instruct the ChatGPT the term, the subject, the grade. Then we prepare the assessment question with answers. So I was able to use that to even revise with my children before their exams.
All right, thank you so much, Ma. So we've shared some tools. People love tools. So some tools are right there. Check the comment section. There are so many tools that we've shared there. Click, check the links. Who else has some other tools that we are not mentioning? If you have some other tools that helped you last session, please share. We are teachers. Let's help ourselves. If you have a tool, a tech tool that you used last session that was so helpful, please, this is when you share. If you can't talk, write it in the comments. Let's go. Just 1 minute so that I want others that have, this to share.
Okay, I use Jamboard for my online teaching. I teach maths online. So that Jamboard is just like your classroom board. You can write on it, you can erase, you can paste your work on it, worksheet on it. So it's really, really flexible. I write while my tutor also writes at the same time.
What's the name again?
Jamboard.
Of course, Jamboard. I think Jamboard will be depreciated very soon. It's almost depreciated.
Spell the Jamboard, please.
Spell it. Okay, on the chat. Please type it on the chat. Type it on.
I've posted it.
Please, Jamboard, put it on the chat. So Jamboard, I think that's what Google uses for their whiteboard. We have several whiteboards. Yes, any other person? I want to give people opportunity so that people can learn, please. Any other? Yes, let's talk. Anybody else on the chat? Someone wants to say something? It's a child talking. Okay. All right, so those are the tools, really. So check on the chat, click on the link. There are so many. If I'm here talking about tools, you get exhausted. There are so many links there. But what I'm here to talk about is not tools are very good, because if you know that, like I said, if you know how to use tools, yes, you can be at par to where you're going. But like I said, it is just prevention. You can know tools but not have the skill. You need a digital skill. And that is where you're supposed to invest some of your time in. Go on YouTube. There's so many places you can get these tech skills from. YouTube, we have free resources. You need to know how the whole digital space works. How does the website, you use Instagram. How do you send pictures? How do those things work? You need to watch how those things work. If you understand how those things work, then it's super easy for you to jump on any tools. If you don't understand how those things work, even if I give you tools, I'll still have to teach you how to use the tools. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. If I give you tools and you don't have the digital skills, it's just halfway. Tools are useless. So if you know sincerely that, hey, okay, fine, I don't understand how all this works. I'm just trying to manage myself as a teacher just to get my job done. You're not just getting your job done. You are trying to understand technology in use. Go on YouTube. Google even offers some free certificate courses for digital skills. We have so many digital skills. Okay, so let's talk about digital skills. What are some of the digital skills we have? So many of you, of course, must have gone through trainings, maybe seen videos, any tech skills. For you to be able to use those tools we just mentioned, what are some of the basic tech skills you need? Anybody? You can use your mic, you can drop it on the chat. Please, Miss Messi, let me check if people are on the chat, please.
All right, thank you. Let's just keep dropping in the chat box. Okay, so I use Canva to prepare my slides for my online teaching. Gamer app, Jamboard, EduAid. All right, so more people are still typing. So while we type, let's just kindly also check the names of apps and tech tools that I dropped. So anyone you feel would like to learn, you need more questioning, you can just ask our trainer the questions you have. So okay, I need another app to use instead of a projector to enlarge my slide. Okay, that would be in the classroom when teaching. Okay, so Mr. Akimbowale Ezekiel said, I need another app to use instead of a projector to enlarge my slide.
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
All right, so I said, Mr. Akimbowale said he needs another app to use. What other app can he use aside from a projector to share something in the class? All right, so that's all for now. So I think our trainer can go on. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So if we are to take questions here, we'll sleep here. So that's why I share the link there. Click on it, explore. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me. I will give you options. If that's something you've already used before, you want the different options, I'll give you a different option. There are so many options. And if you also need to know the skills, of course, that's that last question I asked. Do you know some of the skills that you need to operate all these tools? Do you know some of the skills you need to operate all these tools? If you don't know about the skills, then you should know that apart from going on YouTube, going on Google, going on Udemy, I think Udemy sells courses too, and so many other online courses platform like that. You can go on there, purchase. It's even better you purchase because we have different skill sets that you need to learn before you understand how to use these tools. So as a teacher, you must know how to operate a computer. You must know how the computer works. When I say computer, I mean your phones, laptops, and everything. You must know how they work. You must know those digital concepts of sharing. How do you share files? So there's a whole lot of them. And this is why other companies come in. I run a teacher training. I have a platform where we call them tech teachers. So tech teachers may seem like, oh, it's only ICT guys, it's only coding guys. No, it's like telling you that as a teacher, your role, you're supposed to be a tech teacher. That's what that concept is. So if you want to be a tech teacher, you want to learn all the tech skills you need, it's a free platform. Jump in there. We drop free resources there. Tech teacher, reach out to the conveyor of this program. Reach out there and we'll have a discussion with you and give you all the resources you need. You can ask all these questions over there and we will get in touch with you. So my closing remark is this. If you're a teacher looking for a tech tool, you shouldn't be worried that without your tech tool, you will not be effective. You should be worried that without tech tools, in general, you cannot be an effective human, not just an effective teacher. So tech tools is even not, right now we are not even deliberating if you should know or should learn tech tools. We are even saying that tech tools are not even enough. Because you know what it means, tech tools, you know what it means. Someone creates a solution and gives to you. That solution only lasts as long as that problem remains okay. But you know nothing lasts, right? Because after the tech tools, problems change. So what I'm trying to say there is you'll be needing, if you keep hoping on tech tools, you will keep needing more tech tools. But if you go in for the digital skills, you would not need to know tech tools and relearn. You know how those tech tools work? You go on Canva, you don't know what it's all about. You learn about it. Oh, nah, no Canva. What's the next tech tool? This one. Oh, I don't know how Gemini works. Okay, I don't know how ChatGPT works. You go in and learn, and then you keep learning, using tool, learning, using tool, learning. It's training. It is training. Most teachers do that. It is training. Go in, learn your digital skills, know how all these things work, and then any tool that comes in, once you jump on the app, it is super self-explanatory. So with that, guys, thank you so much, and you can ask me your question. I'm sorry, I know I brought bad news, but it's actually good thing for you to know where your focus as a teacher is. It's not on all those things you're busying yourself with. It is on the human touch, the human connection. When you relate to the child to teach, that is the only thing that the computer cannot replace. Thank you very much, guys. Okay, sorry. Someone asked what he can use aside from a projector. There are several things you can use. You can use a smart board. I think smart board is the next best thing after projectors, not screens. I don't even like TVs in classrooms because it cannot be zoom. It cannot zoom it. I won't prefer projectors because projectors zoom it for kids to see exactly what you're using. So if you're using projector, trust me, that's even the best. Almost the best, but if you have a smart board, that's the best because you can interact with it. It's almost like a projector. A smart board uses a projector, right? And then you can interact with it. So the answer to your question is, if you are using a projector right now, yes, you're halfway there, but you also need to step up onto using a smart board. And smart board, of course, teachers can provide smart boards, right? The school system provides a smart board, of course. So that is the next thing to do. I think last month we did smart board training for teachers on our platform, how to use the smart board, where to get smart board from, how to calibrate the smart board, how to teach whatever subject we have. So if you need that, I think the material is still around. Jump in the group and then it will be made available for you. Any other question? And then I yield the mic.
All right, thank you. Please, I would like us to appreciate our trainer. I would like us to go in the chat box, drop the emoji, let's drop our appreciation. Thank you so much for taking out time to come on here to train us and give us more and enlighten us more on tech tools or educational technology as a whole. Thank you so much. We really, really do appreciate it. I don't know if we have any more questions because we've actually gone past the time that we were given for this. So everybody's appreciating you, Mr. Chigozie. Thank you so much for coming on board. And I don't know, do we have any questions? So right now I'll just hand over the mic to the convener of the training. Thank you so much for the opportunity once again. My name goes Ms. Mercy, Ultra Creative. Thank you so much. Yes, the link for the tech tools. Okay, the link was shared earlier. I think we just still copy it and repaste. The link was shared, so I'm going to be sharing it again. So here are the links for the tech tools. So you can just go through them. Which one do you know how to use? Which one do you want to learn how to use? All of that, and then just equip yourself as a teacher. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I'll drop the mic here. Link to the teachers group. Okay, it will be shared with the host of the training, and then she will forward it to everyone.
Thank you, Miss Mercy. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Chigozie. It was an exciting time. It was an exciting session with you. And I am sure that's also for every other person who was here. Once again, let me ask, was it a waste of time?
No, it wasn't.
Was it a waste of your data?
No.
I can remember when we were trying to put together. Somebody said, teachers will not want to waste. How do you want people to sit down for 2-3 hours using their data? Do you know what the economy is saying? But let me ask again: was it a waste of your data?
It
It
was
was
not.
the learn something.
Never.
Really?
It wasn't. It wasn't. It was what all the while. It was stress.
The
Thank
data
you
All the
set
so
weight.
much. Thank you.
Ma,
Thank you for that. Thank you
ma,
for that.
please, can we get a recorded program of this?
Yes, you will get it, but it's going to be on YouTube. We are going
Okay.
to post everything on the foundation YouTube. Is going to be there, so you can always go back there to watch and rewatch and listen.
Okay.
It's going to be
Thank you
on
so much.
YouTube.
You send us the link to the YouTube, right?
Yes, we will. We will do
Thank
that.
you.
We
Thank
will
you. May
do
God
that.
bless you.
what about the certificates? Is that
Oh yes. Yes, the certificate is available. Like we said, the certificate goes for 5,000 for anyone who wants to get the certificate. It is not compulsory, but if you want it, it goes for 5,000. So
okay,
just the account to pay into was forwarded into the group. I'm going to forward it again into the group. You pay into the account and you send us the name as you want it on the certificate, and it will be forwarded to you.
Okay, ma.
Yes.
Thanks, ma.
All right. Right. Thank you. So, do we all have any questions? Because right now we're going into the talk show. We are bringing back some of our speakers. We are bringing back some of our speakers, and this time we can throw them. We are throwing them to the spotlight, so you can ask them any question. Feel free to ask them any question. We are bringing them back for you, but we are not asking you to skin them alive. But you can ask them questions of concern, what you want to know in the field of education. They are here for you. The person of Mrs. Omoshebi is back on seat. If you were in Mrs. Omoshebi's session yesterday, I know you would have a lot of questions to ask her. So she's coming back to us, and also the person of Mrs. Clementine is also coming back for us. So you can start to type in your question, you can start to think about your question, and when we want you to ask to talk, well, you can unmute yourself and ask your question. Mrs. Omoshebi, are we here? Are you here, ma'am? Hello? Hello, Mrs. Omoshebi. I think our network is fluctuating. So please, let's just continue to prepare our questions while we wait for her. Let's continue to prepare our questions while we wait for her. Yes, let's gather the question. Type into the type your questions. I'm sure she's going to see them as she comes in.
Kai, nínú ilé mi.
All right, while we wait for them, okay, I think I'm seeing different questions. Okay, for the jackpot, Mrs. Clementine, she would answer your question. I think you will need to talk to her. She would, when she comes on, she would answer that question. She would answer that question. Okay, all right. While we wait for them, I would answer some of this question. I would answer some of this question. I think okay. Mr. Paul says, to any of the speakers that can help with this, as a chemistry educator looking to get into the highbrow schools, what step do I need to take? Okay, that's very simple, Mr. Paul, and to anyone that has this kind of question too. To get into the highbrow schools needs nothing much. It needs nothing much other than you, and needs you, your confidence, and that certificate that can put you there. It needs you, your confidence, and that certificate that can put you up there. For example, that means in the secondary school, your experience is enough, and then the confidence, and also international certificates. I think these are things IGCSE, you're an IGCSE instructor. So to do well, you're already a teacher. Why not register for these courses? Just check online, most especially go to British Council website, British Council's app. They have an app already. So download their app and look for when they do these trainings. That's the first step. Train yourself, go for trainings on this. You might be fortunate to go to a school where they can help you train. But since you are not there yet, you need to take the pain to go through the training yourself. I hope I've answered your question, Mr. Paul. And for every other person, the preschoolers, the preschool teachers, the primary school teachers, secondary school teachers, the first thing you need is trainings. Go for trainings. Go for trainings that put you through these processes. For example, which is the easiest? Montessori early years education. There are lots of courses flying everywhere. Physical trainings, online trainings, free, not free. Go for all those trainings. It helps a lot. And if you can volunteer also, you see, these things help. If you can volunteer 1 month, 2 months, it would help you a lot. I think I've answered the question. Okay, we have another question. Okay, Mrs. Clementina is coming. Okay, I want to jackpot to teach in the UK. I've been applying to no avail. What can I try next? There are lots of things for you to try. I think we will come with a session. I'm going to speak with my Oga. We would come up with a session on this. We would come up with a session on this and invite people who have gone through this route or who has access to this route. And would I hope those asking this question, please, can you hear me? Can we all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So I hope everybody asking this question are on the WhatsApp group. This jackpot thing. I hope we're on the WhatsApp group, so it's easier to get to decimate and to give information.
We are there.
All
We are
right.
there.
So okay, so we'll come up with something. We'll come up with something on this for everyone.
All right. Thank you.
No, thank you too. My question is for Mrs. Ngozi. Please, ma, I get irritated and frustrated when a pupil finds it difficult to grasp topics. taught after using different methods. Please, in this case, what do I do to overcome this challenge? Wow. Number one, I'm going to answer this question as a preschool teacher. When you have a child, when you say you've used different methods, does that mean you've used pictorial method, you've used pictures, you've used music, you've used tactile, you've tried the tactile method? Have you tried the collaboration, asking another child to teach the child? Have you tried how do I put it now? You've tried the child learning on his or her own? Have you tried overlay method? See, there are lots of things you can use. There are lots of things you can do. And I can tell you that you've not exhausted all means. I always want us to understand something, that there is no dullard, like we all put it. There is no child that is a dullard. There is no child that does not know anything. What we lack is one thing we don't understand, that when a child is not learning according to your style, why not teach the child according to the child's learning style? The child might not be interested in what you're doing. Let me give you a scenario. I'm a preschool teacher. I have different ages. And with these children, I use different learning styles. I'll put it this way. I have different learning goals for each child. So it means I am not teaching everyone the same thing. I have four 3-year-olds in my preschool, and the 4 of them learn different things. One is writing, the other one is about to start writing, and I have others that have not written anything. There was a day I had to ask a question. I said, a child is writing, the other one is not writing, the other one is not even close to at all. Does it mean these children are not learning? They are all learning, but at different pace. I think the problem we have is the Nigerian system that puts everybody in one box, meaning you have to use the same approach for everyone. And I think that is why you have this challenge. But you can actually separate your classroom and let your school know that this is the challenge you have. Because the child is not learning, what you are teaching in the class does not mean he or she is not learning. He might not just be interested in what you are teaching him or her. And just like Mrs. Tama said, Dr. Tama said yesterday, she said, until, I'll just paraphrase it, when children are not ready to learn and you're forcing them to learn, there is always going to be a gap. It gets irritating because you are using one method fits all. You want a child to learn how to write A, B, C, D, A to D. And this child says, I don't want to write more than A. And you want this child to write compulsorily A to D. Try whatever method, it's not going to work. So what you need to do is understand this child's learning style. Because you might be using the style that is not comfortable, which you might think it is, or the child is not even ready. So if you work in that way, if you have to use the same thing for every child, you will get frustrated, because some children will never get the skill, they will never learn it. So it is left for you as a teacher to understand each child, understand what works for them best. And you will see how seamless it is. That is why, to an extent, I'm not an advocate of lesson plan. I am not an advocate of lesson plan. I am an advocate of individual learning style. I work with each child's learning journey. I don't work with, oh, every child has to write A to Z. So it is compulsorily you work in that line. And you might say, oh, this works for preschool. But I can boldly tell you that I use the same style for primary children. I use the same style for primary children and I get my results. I don't teach children according to the curriculum, according to the lesson plan. I teach them according to what they want to learn. And I can tell you for free that I have my results. So you have to know what works for each child. If not, you will get frustrated. And there's nothing, you will end up labeling the child. I remember the parent that brought in 2 children into my center. They're 3 and they're not talking. 3, they are not talking. What on a norms, when you take them into a regular school setting, immediately these children are being labeled. You would hear them, they have speech delay or they have autism or something. They would be labeled. But I can tell you for free that they came into the center, I assessed them, we worked together. And now in 3 months, they are not there yet, but they are talking. Because I didn't push them into the same setting and say, okay, this is what a 3-year-old should do, and let's start doing it. I had to check their background, their history. And I saw that these children are not autistic. They don't have speech delay. They just have too much language in there. Because they speak Hausa to them at home, speak Igbo, speak Konk Yoruba to them. They are learning sign languages. So look at those kind of children. Would you say that child is autistic if you don't know their background? So the person that asked this question, I hope I'm able to address it. 1, you need to learn every child's learning style. You cannot use every style fit all. That is why there's always frustration. I hope I've answered that question. I hope I've answered that question. Well, Miss, I don't know whether it's okay, Mrs. Abosede. I hope I've answered your question.
I was not the one who asked the question, but you've answered. But I'm also a bit concerned. Should I say concerned or maybe challenged? Because now you said that I can't tell my director that I'm not following the plan. And at the end of the term, they are expecting that, okay, you should be at week 10, you should have covered from week 1 to week 11 or so, and the children, you're assessing them based on that. So like now, how do you present this idea to them? They won't embrace it. Like, how do you make them understand? Because I see this as a challenge, yeah. So you have like 15 pupils in your class. Am I supposed to have different learning goals for them, not having a lesson plan? Like, how do we manage that? Most times, okay, like my previous school, I had 19 pupils in my class. I was teaching primary 2. So like now, how do I go about that individualized learning plan for each child, and even trying to communicate to the school owner that this is what I believe in, this is how it's working?
Okay. All right. Thank you for that question. Okay, let me use the number as an example. Let me use the number as a case study. You have 19 pupils. Let me assume, okay, we have 25 pupils in a classroom. to an extent, at least 2 of those pupils will be on the same level. That's how I work. I think, okay, because I feel is my not even I feel, is my training, my background. My background makes me understand that you don't use the same style for every child. I was once a 1 year 2 class teacher, and at this point I had different levels of children. With immediate effect, I went to my head of school, because I don't work in a class without accessing them, so that I don't give myself headache. So in this case, I went straight away to my head of school and explained to her, I know this is what you want from me, but this is it, this is it, this is it, this is it. That is why, for those of us that write lesson plan, in your lesson plan, you have high flyers, we call them high level learners, average level learners, and the intermediate, the low level learners. That is why you have that. So you group your pupils according to their level of learning. When you have the high level learners, when you, okay, the target is for you to teach teach numbers 1 to 100. Let me use that as let me use to teach addition. That's the target. You have high flyers where you know that, or when I tell them 1 + 1 is 1, 1 + 1 is 2. By the time I'm asking them 2 + 1, they already know what to do. They already know the answer, or it's easy for me to get them to get their answers. Those ones, you don't really focus on them. You move to your average learners. When you are doing 1 plus, when your target is for the high flyers, you need to add up numbers, adding up numbers to 10. For your average learners, you can do add up numbers to 5. For the low level learners, you can do add up numbers to 3. This keeps it, it reduces, it's still the same topic, it's still the same subject, but the focus, how do I put, the volume of what you are asking from each of them is different. So you pair up your classroom in this habit. Another thing which I use also is, in this kind of setting, is I pair pupils with each other. After we've decimated, you've given out your information, you've taught your children, you can bring one high flyers into the midst of maybe the average or the low learners, and then they imitate, they learn from each other. This has always worked. It has always worked in classrooms. That's why a lot of times when we throw out training, we always want school owners to be a part of the training, so that they would know what it is, or they know what it takes to take children in the classroom. A lot of them don't know. A lot of school owners don't know what it takes. All what they want is results. But it is also our place, if you know what you are doing and it produces results, if you have tried it 1, 2 times and it gives results, I can tell you, your school owner will give it to you. When we know how to do it, it makes the job easier with our directors or our school or our school administrators. It's easy. It's easy when you, as a teacher, knows what you want to do. So you need to know the different. You need to know the different children you have in your class, the level they are. That's why you have to assess them. And when you assess them, the work you want to give them will have to be according to what you have assessed. Not only to your lesson plan or your lesson, whatever it is. The reason why I said I'm not for lesson plan is because lesson plan makes you rigid. You have to follow it through. But the truth is, let us be sincere with ourselves. How many children get enough knowledge from the lesson plan? Because you will want to cover what is in there. At the end of the day, they don't get the information. So why not take it in bits so that you are able to achieve it? Yes, some children will get it. That's why they are the high flyers. Why not work with the other ones in the way they would learn, and you will still get your results? I don't know if that answers your question, ma.
Ma, thank you, ma.
Okay, thank you also, ma. All right, so another question. I am trying to open an online English class. How do I advertise my brand to get clients? Oh, this is so very easy, man. You have your WhatsApp, you have referral, talk to people. This is what I do. Do free online classes if you can. Throw your advert on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn. These are ways you can advertise your brand. Don't be quiet. If you are not quiet, you get what you want. How to be bold and talk to adults, like in PTA meeting? Oh, this is public speaking, man. It's so very easy. Just raise up that face. When you are in front of everybody, just look straight. Just speak. To start with, build your confidence. Stand in front of the mirror. Talk to yourself first. If you are able to talk to yourself in front of the mirror, call a friend. Talk to the friend like you're talking to people. And the first day you want to do it, tell somebody to stand in front of you and look straight at that person. Continue to look at that person. Gradually, you start to build your confidence. All what you need is confidence, and tell yourself you can do it. That's very simple to an extent. That's the first step. So from there, you can build on that. We are trying to rush up so that we don't waste our time. So how do I get access to volunteer platforms? Oh, okay. There are a lot of them. Like, for example, the very closest one to you now is Lily Sawyer Childcare Foundation. From there, you can pick up when you start to work and go online to search out for them. That's why LinkedIn is a very good place for you. I am even trying to think how I found Lily Sawyer. I think I found them on Facebook too. So social media is a very good platform to find volunteer groups. As a school administrator, how do I get my teachers to do their work even when I am not watching? Wow, that's okay. One, the relationship you have with your teachers determines the result you get. That's my first arrival. The relationship you have with your teachers, with your staff, determines what you get. If you have a cordial professional relationship with them, you are going to get a cordial professional result. But if not, you are going to get the other one. You necessarily do not have to be, how do I put it? You necessarily do not have to be that boss who is the boss. That's why there's a difference between being a boss and a leader. You have to be a leader. If you are a leader, you won't find it hard to get followers. You lead your people. You are accessible. There's structure. I think with that, you shouldn't have issues. And then also ensure that you have people with like minds. You are not desperate for staff. If you don't have people with like mind, people that don't run with your vision, you're not going to get people that are going to work without you being there. And another thing is, I want us to understand something, that a lot of times when we feel that if we are not there, things are not going to work, you are making a lot of mistakes. Give your teachers free hand to work. I'm not saying this as a teacher. I'm saying this as a school administrator also. Give your teachers free hand to work. Let them come up with ideas for you. Let them share their ideas. Train them. And see if you won't get your result. And don't be afraid. One thing is, don't be afraid to lose staff. Don't be afraid to let them go. But be professional about everything. As much as you're a leader, be professional about everything. So it takes a lot. It takes a lot. It's going to take a lot from you. But the one thing I am sure of is, when you lead people, you are not a boss. You have a structure. I don't think you should have a problem with whether your teachers are going to work or not without you being there. That's why Lily Sawyer Foundation is here. We do a lot of this seminars monthly. So some of these questions, we address them every month. So it's good you are with us. You would continue to get reinforcement on this. All right, so I'm trying to rush up so that we don't extend our time today. I would love if this becomes a community. Yes, it's already a community. And like we said, we've been doing this. This is the second year. So we do monthly trainings for teachers. We do monthly training for teachers. We had a formal group. It was scrapped to create this. So that's why it's looking like a new group. It's not a new thing. We do it monthly. After this July, we have a seminar in August. A seminar is going to come up in August. So we do a monthly training for teachers. So it's a community already. I have a dream to set up a standard school, but I don't know how to go about it. Not the experience, because I am a professional tutor. Okay, you have a dream to set up a standard school. Please do it. Do it anyhow. Do it anyhow. Start. Once you have the idea, start. I'll use myself as an example. I've been an educator for about 14 years, if not more. An early years educator. For the past about 7 years, I've had the vision and the instruction to start up a preschool, but fear would not let me do it. I didn't. Okay, not fear. The money that comes in, that salary. I've worked in the eyebrow schools, so I know what I earn. So now telling me to stop that money and come and start up something that's going to take years to get the money, you can imagine what it is. But suddenly I woke up one morning and my job was gone. The job was gone. Yes, it's easy to get another job because I got another one. But a parent just came to dump the children in my house. They came to dump their children in my house and said, I'm being led to come and give you these children to teach without prior notice. And that's how my school started. So you can start anyhow. Once you have the grade, start. I'm not going to tell you how to start, but start. You are a tutor, so it's easy for you to start off. Don't let the fear take you. Start, please. Okay, so I am of the same view. Please start. Everyone that has the view and vision to start a school, please start.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Okay, next question. Please, ma. I've been trying to really develop myself in different ways during this holiday. I'm glad to be on this platform. We are honored. Please, ma, how do I help students in GSS 1 who cannot even spell their names correctly? How do I help such children in a class of 80 with half of them in this category, and the government wants us to follow the scheme of work, and these learners also do not want to retake the classes? Well, I'm sure you are in a remote learning area. You are in a remote area, and that's what you get. In this kind of situation, yes, what I want to propose to you is going to be very tasky. Please, I don't know the subject. What subject are you teaching, Miss Margaret? Miss Margaret, please, what subject are you teaching? Because that's where we need to take it from. Miss Margaret. Please, can we mute? Please? Can we mute? Thank you. Miss Margaret, please, I need you to tell me the subject you're teaching so I can pick it from there. I'll come back to your question then. How do I handle learners in remedial classes to enable you get better results? What methodology can one use? Remedial classes, that means children who are lagging in their classroom activities. Okay, so you need to understand your learners. That's the first step. Okay, sorry about that. So first thing is you need to understand your learners. You need to know what they need to. You need to know where they are academically. You need to know where they are academically. Okay, sorry. Apologies for that break. I had to attend to my baby. Sorry. Okay, so like I was saying, you said what to do to children in the remedial to enable get better results. One, you need, just the same way you work with children in your classroom, you work with these children individually, and that's why you're doing a remedial class for them. So you start for children who have issues learning. You start from the basics. Don't run with the school with what they are doing in school. For those of us taking remedial classes, don't run with what they are doing in school. Run with the ability of the child to make the child better and grounded. To make the child better and grounded is for you to run with where they are, not what the school is expecting of them. That is for the teacher. That is why you are remedying the situation. You are remedying the situation that isn't right. That is the essence of your remedial classes. So start from the scratch where you know the issue is. I have a year 8 going to year 9 pupil come for after school. And I can tell you for free that we started learning how to read from sound, act, and they are in year 8 going to year 9. We had to start from there. Same thing with math. We had to start from numbers and simple addition. So don't run with what the child has in his or her notes, but with the child's ability, and you get to where you need to be. The funny thing is, when you run with the child's ability, you don't need to go back to the classroom's work. They will pick up automatically. I hope I've answered that question. Okay, which other one?
You have.
Okay, make more emphasis on the statement you made. Lesson plan makes teachers rigid. Oh, okay. All right. So this is it. Let me give you an illustration. Let me give you a scenario on lesson plan. Okay. Let me use the primary. Let me not use early years, because early years is very flexible. For the primary class, it says no. Okay. For Nigeria, it's not primary now. You start from nursery 2. Nursery 2 pupils in Nigeria curriculum or Nigerian schools should have written 1 to 1,000 or and above. Okay, because I have a child that is writing up to 1,500. That is what the curriculum says, 1 to 1,500. And that is what you are drawing your lesson plan on. When you have a child that cannot do that, you feel frustrated and stuck. Then you start to run helter-skelter. Isn't it? You start to run helter-skelter on this. What has that made you? The truth is, you're not going to achieve, you to an extent, you've not achieved anything. All what you have just done is you've just poured into, you just poured into the, you just made a cat race. Because there are some children that don't know number quantification, but they will write that 1 to 1,000 because that is what the lesson plan says. That is what the curriculum says. What about understanding the concept of numbers? You have to cover your lesson plan. You forget to allow children go outdoor to play. You have to cover your lesson plan. You forget to allow children have fun. And when a child tells you, I don't want to write, the lesson plan says she has to write. And that child has to write. What has that made it? It's rigid. You can't, if your week 1 says children are to write 1 to 10, you have to meet up with that 1 to 10, or your boss is coming for your neck. And if you go beyond, your boss will be very happy. Yes. But if you don't go with your lesson plan, someone has the question. She said, how do you cope with this when you have to do this, you have to do that? What is that? It's rigidity. There's no time. You don't have that luxury of time to maneuver, to explore. I'll give you, okay, let me give you an instance. Okay, for literacy, when we're learning literacy in my center, when you're learning literacy, there's a child who can give you all the diagrams. Why? Because she just picks up the learning tab and listens to the sound. And there's another who is not interested at that moment. She is not interested. She wants to color. But when our timetable, so when the timetable says in the regular schools, the timetable says it is literacy time. You can't tell that child not to do to go color. You have to follow that lesson. So what does it make you? What has it made you? What has lesson plan done? Lesson plan is rigid. Because the truth is, at this stage, and okay, if that is far, I homeschool my children. I have one who she's going into the university. She was homeschooled all through secondary school. She was homeschooled. But while she was writing her exams, I'm using life examples. While she was writing her WAEC exam, we registered her as a private candidate. When she went to write her exams, I can tell you for free that her answer booklet was what they were taking from her to feed other students. She was homeschooled. We didn't learn according to the curriculum. I have the other one too. She's 9-year-old. She's supposed to be in year 4. If she's in school, she's supposed to be in year 4. Okay, going to year 5 if she's in school. But we are not doing the school thing. We learn according to our interest and what you need to know. And you can't ask her any question that she doesn't know. So we don't use lesson plan. I can't tell us to do the same. I can't, but it's something that you can try to tweak your lesson plan for pupils so that you can accommodate. For example, you want to have literacy and a child is grumpy and says, I feel like coloring. I don't think there's anything bad. Just, okay, you can, you want to color. Why not turn that literacy class? You want to teach them verb. Why not bring out coloring sheets on verbs and tell them to color? If that, and you want to color. In the same worksheets, there are those that will underline, there are those that will do this. I don't know if I've answered your question, but I feel I've passed a message. Have I answered your question, Miss Abiola Elizabeth? Do we have any other question?
Sorry, good evening.
Ma, you're yet to answer my question. I was the one that posted on the child in GS1 who could barely write his or her name, and then I teach in Lagos, not so remote, a government school, no facilities and all that.
That's what I was asking. I said, what subject?
I teach English language.
Wow. Okay, ma'am. All right, ma.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma.
Please, ma, I would like to comment on the very topic you are handling, the very question you just answered now, on the issue of the curriculum and the lesson notes. Actually, I love the points you have made. You've made a lot of points on rigidity of the lesson plan and not really giving the rooms for exploring. But I want us to believe in one thing, and that one thing is the lesson notes and the curriculum is there to serve as a guide. Taking from the example you cited last now, you said, what if a child is being asked to write literacy or numeracy, and that very child feel like coloring? Well, I want to say there's a limitation to what exploration can do in a classroom, especially when it is in primary level and secondary level. I equally love the point you made that you homeschooled your child and the child wrote exams by herself in a wherever centered, and our sheet was used to feed other ones. I felt bad when you mentioned the last statement because that child could have been registered in a school where she really know she did the job herself. Using her sheet to feed others equally registered another thing in her mind, which I don't really like. That is by the way. Then, these children, we do take them out for some external exams, like that of we have Hamis, that is Muslim model schools. We have that of the NABS or whatever, state exam and the likes, of which they write the same exams, and it is based on the curriculum. Then I equally love the point you made that when planning your lesson, you should consider the type of learners, the high flyers, the middle one, the average one, and the incoming one. We call it incoming learners, not lower, the incoming ones. Fine. What I can say from this end is, it is rather should be advised that teachers should look inward to way they can manipulate their resources of time, the lesson itself, and the type of learners to achieve the learning objective, rather than we wave away the lesson note that is being written in accordance to the curriculum. We can't rule out the curriculum because curriculum as designed by the administrators, it is there to guide you to know what to teach. Despite the fact that majority of our textbooks are equally written in accordance with the curriculum. Those days in private schools, most of us that are teaching there, we are not educators. We are in another field. But the economy, we have it, we find ourselves there. So we pass through training and staff development as we have been employed. If you go through the curriculum as a whole, the real one, the one that is a kind of rectangular shape, white one like this, that's the British state government, whether it's copied or the bulk one, a teacher is being given 90% of what you need to do in a classroom. So that it doesn't waste your time in preparing your plan. So what I will encourage here is, especially for those of us that are in primary school and secondary school, what we are saying is really, it can really be achieved in preschool classes. For primary and secondary, sincerely, we need to know how to manipulate the resources to achieve our objective. Because you can't rule out, it cannot work to some extent. Forget about being the rigidity of the lesson, the school head asking you, where have you gone, where have you been? They could do that because the message of what they know. And at the same time, the teacher, him or herself, can come out to even give one or two enlightenment to the school head. Trying to help. There should be limitation to what that can give. Exploring, okay, if that very child wants to color or do something else, another child to come out that you want to do something else again, another child to come to, are we going to achieve anything? All of them might have different interests at that time. But the one thing that can unique us, that can make us, okay, we have a head, you have the target, they have the direction that we are working, is that very curriculum, just like the timetable itself. The timetable, I always tell in the university that timetable serves as a guide. Any lecturer that comes, pick your lecture. What matters is for us to cover all the areas that we need to cover before the exam comes. So we don't let us see the timetable, the scheme as something that is irrelevant, because I want to believe that the timetable is, this scheme of work and the lesson note you're talking about is an interpretation of the scheme. If you have to agree with me, the scheme is interpreted in 3 different ways. From the diary to the lesson note, from next note to the timetable, before we now dish it to the board for the learners to learn. And it could be integrated to wherever you be British, wherever you pick it, we are putting it. But for you to now say, have a child doing different things in the same time of 45 minutes, they may not be able to achieve anything. So what could be done is for us to identify the type of learners, what they need to do. In fact, you don't understand where you're making your point. The average learners and the incoming learners that you refer to as lower learners, they pick their own balance of the learning, something that they need to achieve probably after the class. That's why we keep on recommending coaching. so that they'll be able to have extra time, extra wear outside the classroom, to complement what their mates have learned, in order to have a better outstanding in their results. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma, for that. Thank you, ma. Thank you. Okay. Okay, have we answered your question? How can I feel? Have we answered your question, ma'am, Miss Abiola Elizabeth? Please, how can I feel math curiosity and creativity in my pupils? Hey, math is a big question. Math is always looking big to everybody. But with fun and creativity, with fun activities. Thank God for teacher Chigozie, Mr. Chigozie, who came up to teach us on tech. There are a lot of tech tools that help us make math fun in classrooms. There are a lot of activities online that helps us make math fun. So if you can look out for all these activities online, if you can look out for them, it will help you to make math fun. Making math fun for them, that is just the way to make to let your children enjoy math. You want to teach number counting, you use objects, concrete materials. You want to teach place values, you don't just write on the board. You use concrete materials to pass the information. Concrete materials, that's most of the time when children, the truth is when children are when they feel they are playing. When they are playing, they are learning. When they are playing, they are learning. So when you make it fun, you look for activities, especially concrete materials. That's for nursery and primary, because primary 2 are not above learning with concrete materials. You introduce your topics via concrete before moving them to just writing from the board. I hope that has answered that question. Okay, somebody said, how can I homeschool my kids as a working mom? Okay, I'm going to use this. Okay, so when I started homeschooling, I was a teacher and I work far away from my house. I live in Ogun State and I work in Lekki or Aja. I work in Aja when I started homeschooling my children. And one thing that was available, if my husband was, he's an entrepreneur, so he's always at home, as in not at home. You understand what I'm trying to say? He is always available because I leave the house as early as 4 a.m. But he is always available. So I think that was where we were able to balance it. So if you are able to balance it that way, somebody is available, it can work as a working mom. If somebody is available, you are a teacher, so you can right now, as I still homeschool, I still have tutors who come in, someone that takes science, someone that takes math, the environment, we go out to learn and all that. But as a working person, it might not be easy. So you need to make sure that somebody is available who knows what should be done. You can employ the service of online tutors, physical tutor. It depends on whichever one you want. I think I've answered that. Is it possible to combine the British and Nigerian curriculum in teaching people in lower primary? That's for your school to make the decision, sir. A lot of schools do that. A lot of schools combine that. I think they use the Nigerian curriculum for, I think for the abstract part. I really have not worked in a school where they mix the two together. I really have not. I've always worked in a full British setting. So but I know they do it. So I know you can do it. I know you can do it. It depends on which aspect. But I would always encourage, if you want to use the Nigerian curriculum, it will be good not to use it for English. You can use Nigerian curriculum for every other, but for English literacy, I will want, if you want to use the British, use the British for your literacy class. For your literacy class. I hope I've answered this. All right, so every other question that we have, we can go to the WhatsApp group where we would answer you as time goes on. I think we have to come to a wrap on this session. And
I wish you would have answered my question. Still, Margaret, you yet to answer my question.
Which one, ma'am? Oh, I'm really sorry. I keep skipping the question. Okay, for children in the public school, GS1, that you have a lot of them and they don't know how to spell their name, or apparently they are not grounded. So my own for this is, you can maybe after school, I remembered I went to a public school, even though it wasn't a full public school, kind of. And I remember then our teachers used to have extra lesson with some pupils. So if you can sacrifice your time at that time, because you have to cover up what the scheme says in the government settings, not the private school where you can always maneuver to an extent. If you can sacrifice your time, and spend extra time with them, I am sure you might be able to get your results. Even extra 1 hour can get your results. I am sure it's not all of them that will be ready to do this. It's not all of them that will be willing to spend their time with you. It's not all of them that will be ready to spend their time with you. But for the few that are ready to spend that extra 1 hour, who wishes to know better, if you can spend extra 1 hour with them and start all over again from the scratch, from sounds, I am sure you will get your results, ma. That's just extra 1 hour, maybe twice or once a week, can go a long way to get results. Is that okay, ma? Has that answered your question, ma?
You have. Thank you, ma.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Okay. So it means some of us joined the Telegram without the WhatsApp group, without the WhatsApp link. Okay, I'm going to forward the WhatsApp link to the group, to this Telegram when we are done, so that you can join the WhatsApp group. All right, I think we have come to a wrap. We are wrapping up the session now, and we are wrapping up the conference with the award session. And I will be calling up on the convener, Mrs. Chisom, for the award presentation. I would be calling up Mrs. Chisom. Please, can you come up for the award session? This is it where we want to say a big thank you to everyone who has contributed one way or the other to this conference. It was not easy. It was not an easy task. Some used their data, some their time, some money, in whichever way that everyone contributed. We say thank you. So we have some volunteers that work with us, and we are calling up on volunteers also. You can be a volunteer with us at Lily Sawyer Foundation. Not only the train the teachers, we have different sections. So not only the train the teacher, you can be a volunteer in any of our section. So we'll be giving award to some volunteers that has taken out their time to work with us, and Mrs. Chisom will be doing that. All right, Miss Chisom, the floor is left for you to come up on. Mrs. We can't hear you. I can't hear you. Can anybody hear her?
We can hear you. We still can't hear you.
Now. We can't hear you. We can't hear you, ma. We can't.
We can't hear you.
Miss Chisom, please, maybe you should log out and log in. Maybe you should come out of the chat and come in again. We can't hear you.
We can't hear you.
Okay. While we wait for her to come up. Okay.
Kindly turn off your camera and test it.
What's going on, please? We are waiting for response.
Apologies. I think her network is she's having issues with her network. She will join us soonest. Hello, sorry, I've sorted out the problem. The problem was actually from my end. And I was surprised why you cannot hear me, why my audio is actually ongoing. I noticed which I want to celebrate the person, and that's how we'll start on before I apologize. I noticed that some people, some kind people here, actually, because of the complaint of no network, you actually set up. I don't know how the person did it. I don't know the person, but I think we should celebrate the person because a lot of people on the WhatsApp page could not join the training because of network. So what the person actually did was to set up another device or his particular device to unconnected Instagram, Telegram, and WhatsApp. So it's more like I was on the WhatsApp call, but I was actually not on the Telegram call. So it was on the WhatsApp call. I joined the teaching to actually know who was making the call, and I realized it was someone that actually connected the Telegram to the WhatsApp so that those people that are not on WhatsApp or Telegram can actually participate in the training, and people actually join it. So I want us to start by celebrating the person. We should just celebrate the person. The person actually did an amazing job. I know some of us that are not on the Telegram currently are on WhatsApp and having this particular training ongoing on the WhatsApp group. So when I saw the link, I actually joined in to actually know what is going on and maybe to tell them that they should come in to the WhatsApp, to the Telegram group. When I got the training, I saw that it was exactly the same thing that was happening here, that was happening there. So I was practically on WhatsApp, not on the Telegram call. So on the Telegram was the camouflage, but the main thing that was talking was the WhatsApp. So we celebrate the person. We love you. Thank you so much for the sacrifice. That was an amazing initiative. I don't know the person. If I can get the person to celebrate the person, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. It meant a lot to carry everybody along via this call. So first of all, I want to apologize for our South African speaker who wasn't able to join us due to beyond our control, and also our Indian speaker. But don't worry, we'll have a training and they will join us. They will be part of us. They will join us in maybe our subsequent training or our next teachers conference, because a lot of people, I personally, I was expectant from the speaker from India because she is a multi-cooperative person, and she wasn't able to join us due to reason beyond our control. So she will join us later. I deeply apologize. It's something that we could not have effect over, or we could not deliberate over to actually know what and what not to do. So right about now, we want to first of all start by celebrating our speakers. But before we go to the season 2 speakers, if Mr. Chooks is online, he can start sharing a slide, but don't share this fully. So we want to celebrate our season 1 speakers. Like, they were an encouragement. If they didn't choose to do this for us, we would not have done it. Even when I approached them, and it was like, don't worry, you can do it, we'll do it, we'll get it done, and we're done. This is the one actually held on the 14th of July, and they are our pioneer speaker for the Teachers International Conference. Mr. Chooks, is your slide ready? Are you sharing the slide? So we want to celebrate them with that slide. We'll still share them their certificates. The first person we want to celebrate that made our dream come true in everything through we can show some love through our emoji. We can show some love. She's not here. She was invited, but she's not able to make it here. It's the person of Mrs. Okeyifun Ajayi. I love her so much. Like, I love her so much. If you can check her up on, she's the founder of Busy Mind. Yeah, she's the founder of Busy Mind School. She's on
Instagram majorly. So you can find her majorly on Instagram. Mrs. Okeifa Ajayi. She was our speaker. She taught us about starting a preschool. For those, last year we had the conference and the topic was preschool education. So she taught us how to start a preschool, how to manage a preschool, and everything that has to do with the preschool education. So the person of Mrs. Okeifa Ajayi, we celebrate you. Yes, this is not enough to actually say thank you, but this is a token of saying we love you. Please, let's celebrate her. She actually did a lot for us in terms of mobilization, in terms of reaching out. She was out there. We love her. We celebrate her. Can check her up on Instagram. She also hosts training for teacher. In fact, she has a training coming up, the School Rewired Conference. Please, you need to be in that conference. Like the School Rewired Conference, you need to be in that conference. If you know the person I'm talking about, you just need to be in that conference. She talks mostly on school administrator. So if you are an administrator, if you are a owner of a school, or you have any school business, she's somebody that she can come all out, both for the conference and everything. So we celebrate you, we love you. With this little token, we say thank you so much and God bless you. So the second person we want to celebrate is Dr. Thelma. I cannot imagine how much I love her. Like, I cannot imagine how much I love her. Dr. Thelma Andrews. She is someone that I cannot treat for anything. I will shout it out to the thousands of it. I remember the first time I approached her on LinkedIn, and I was like, I have a conference coming up, and I want you to part of it. She said, is it Nigeria? I want to visit Nigeria. Is that I say is me that will bring you to Nigeria of season 2. We want to give award to them. The first person of season 2 that we want to present the award to, we will let us send this award to your different platforms. So just for us to just celebrate them and show them some love. All the last year preschool education is on our YouTube page. When you go to our YouTube page, the preschool education is there. Because someone asked, the first speaker we want to do, we can unmute ourselves. She's on the mic. We want to celebrate her. It's the person of Mrs. Blessing Omosebi. Mrs. Blessing, let's show her some love. Unmute yourself and just say thank you, we love you. Thank you, we love you. Let's celebrate her. Let's celebrate her.
Thank you, we love you. Thank you, God bless you.
Thank you. Please, both people, we are plenty on this call.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
We love you.
We love you.
Thank you, Mom. We love you.
We love you. We appreciate you.
But thank you so much, Miss Blessing. I cannot overemphasize you. Yesterday I was telling someone, I was like, God has blessed me with you. Someone has muted me. Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
If I'm counting my blessing, you are number one of my blessing. Thank you so much for this teachers conference. I know how much she put into the conference. It was more like she was the person hosting that. I was not the person hosting it. She was the person hosting the conference. Like, she did everything to literally make sure that from mobilization, she was mobilizing. She made it her status DP. Every day I check her post it is teachers conference. On LinkedIn, she was shouting it out. Some people came through our link. We celebrate you, ma. We love you so much. I personally love you. The foundation love you. We love you so much. Thank you for being part of this journey. Thank you for everything. We celebrate you. We love you so much. I cannot overemphasize the love, but I thank you so much. I want to also appreciate another wonderful person that actually went out of her way. I said yesterday, she wasn't the person but when the cancelled in on Tuesday, on Wednesday, and I just looked up to this. I was like, our Ghana person has cancelled. What should we do? It was like, I have somebody, and we saw that she over-delivered for the section. So we want to appreciate and award a person of Mrs. Space. We also celebrate Dr. Thelma again for season 2. She's always there for us. She's always there for us. We don't take it for granted. We love you. We celebrate you. Thank you so much. Miss Vera, we love you. We shout out to you. Thank you. I don't think she's on the call again. I don't think she's on the call again. I want to say that she was there. Someone is saying she unmuted. Who is the person that wants to be unmuted? Unmute yourself. I want to thank Chigozie. Sorry. I want to celebrate Mr. Chigozie for choosing to do this with us. He's very sweet. He was ready. It was all out for us. So we love you. And we celebrate you.
I will the water.
Hello, can you hear me? Sorry.
Please take a glass of water.
One glass, please.
No, don't worry. I'm taking water. I took a break water. So finally, we want to tell. Okay, we are done speakers. We had some volunteers that actually joined us for this meeting, and we had some volunteers came in to join us because it got to a point of looking as if the teachers' conference would. Right now, we have to shift dates to a later date, and we brought in some new volunteers. So we settled volunteer here. Just say hi. The new volunteers, not the old ones, the old person. The new volunteers, just say hi. Just say hi. Just say hi to us. Just say hi to us. If you volunteer here and you're part of us, just say hi. Okay, we can see them. They are saying hi. They came in and they gave in their best. They put in their best shot to ensure that we had this program. The program came out successful. So we celebrate them. It's their labor that we are reaping from, is their dividend. I know some volunteers that were going from schools to actually mobilize them. I want to specially thank this person. Mr. Kasali is not on this call from Jos. The man outdid himself. If you are from Northern Nigeria, say hi. Northern Nigeria. Northern Nigeria. If you are from Northern Nigeria, say hi. If you are the Northern all our Northern brethren are not here. I know there were a lot of Northern people that are here. I will not accept.
Hi,
Our
hi,
Northern
hi.
people. I know there are a lot of Northern people here.
Yeah, here.
Thank you. Yeah, I know there are a lot. Mr. Kasali, Dr. Sultan, they actually outdid themselves. I personally gave them letterhead, so I know what I'm saying. They mobilized, from Just, from Katsina, from Kano. They actually mobilized to ensure that their teachers were actually part of this meeting. Celebrate you. Mr. Emmanuel from Agor, he actually outdid himself. But we want to give a special award to somebody that actually outdid. They say labor, there's sizes in labor, but this person, she created a broadcast message and was sending broadcasts to people that they have to be in this training. She didn't know that unknowingly to her, she added my number. So every day as the convener, I was getting a text message on how to join, how to open a Telegram page, she added my number. Maybe she chatted me up once and saved my number and then added my number to her Telegram page. So as she's sending countdown, she was sending the countdown to me. She took it past how to do step by step on how to register on Telegram, how to get the page. And it was not just me, every one of the board of trustees actually was like, I was just saying, have you seen this lady? Have you seen this lady? Have you seen this lady? And we want to award her from our heart. And in the person of Mrs. Rosemary Ahmed, she's from Festac. We celebrate you, please don't celebrate her. She's from Festac, and she actually outdid herself in doing the work. So we celebrate Miss Rose. She's not a volunteer, she's just a teacher that came to the training just like us, and she took the matter on her head. Later you will get the award or the thank you present, but we just want to celebrate them in the call. So I want to celebrate every member of the Lily Soya volunteer. Everybody it touched everybody. No matter your department. In our culture is when we have meetings, no matter the department that is hosting it, everybody work. So I want to celebrate everybody for posting, for reposting. We cannot do this without them. But especially, please show some love to the Train the Teachers volunteers, the volunteers of Train the Teacher. Show some love to them, celebrate them. If I'll miss your mic, just tell them that we love them. Let's celebrate that. I wish this was a physical conference, would have done more. But let's celebrate every member in the person of Mrs. John, Emmanuel, and the team leader, Mrs. Ife Dayo. Please, can we celebrate them? Can we celebrate? Without them, this conference would have not hold, though. They were the one.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We love you.
We love you. Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We love you so much.
They actually did the work. It was them that worked. I would not take their shine. It's their work. So what they see is their work. We thank you, communication units, for giving us graphics, for giving us videos when we ask, for the countdown, for the social media posts, for the reposting. Everyone that came through social media, it's their work. And I know that everyone is going home blessed. Everyone is going home transformed. So I want to celebrate the board of trustees of Lily Soya. These guys are amazing. We love you. Ufo, Justin, and Mr. Chooks, thank you so much. I cannot do this without you being present in without you being present. Thank you so much. We love you. We celebrate you. Thank you so much. And on this note, I would love to celebrate all the teachers. Please celebrate yourself. If you are just clap for yourself. You stayed. If we don't have conference without you, every teacher represented here, thank you. You are part of our journey. We celebrate you. We love you. We celebrate you. Thank you so much for every teacher represented here. Thank you so much for
thank you, ma'am. God bless you.
Who for presenting people sorry, my network went bad, so I'm so sorry. So I'm back. So we celebrate you. On this note, we are going to end the Teachers International Conference Season 2. Was it a waste of time? Was it a waste of time? Hello. So at this note, we are going to end the so some people are asking, which I want to react to. When will the YouTube link be ready? Well, sorry, my network is really okay. After this training, we'll post the link to the YouTube page and just subscribe. For now, the messages or the teachings are not on our YouTube page for now. They are still raw, so they will still need to go through editing. So don't expect it to come up like after we finish the class. Pity our communication people. So but under God, before the end of next week, all the trainings and the videos will be on our YouTube page. All the slides, we have all the slides. For those that used slide, they've submitted this before time, so we had the slides. So what will happen is that they will all be put in a Google link, which will be attached to the YouTube page. So what you just need to do is to use the Google link and download it. We talked of educational technology, so we'll all put them in a Google link and they are all on our YouTube page. So between now and next week, the videos will be up. The videos still need to go through editing. They are raw. We have side talks and everything, so they have to go through editing. So it's not something of today, tomorrow that it will enter. But before now and next week, it will be on our YouTube page. For those asking for the extension of certificates, yes, till next week, you can still pay for the certificate. And for those that have paid for the certificate, your names have been forwarded to the graphic designer. We have been on it throughout today so that we can get it ready by today. But if it's not ready today, I will send it to your WhatsApp before Monday. For those that have paid, you will get your certificate ready. For the volunteers, same thing. You will also get your certificate ready before Monday. You will get your certificate. But for those that have not paid, we will still have to gather the names and send it to this, so you can still pay and you can still get the result. Okay, I also want to appreciate people that actually gave for the thank you present. I saw alerts. even though they were not much, but I'm glad to say that one or two persons actually believe in what we are doing and actually gave to what we are doing. So if you still want to give the thank you, we've not given the speakers anything. We'll start doing it from tomorrow to give the speakers the thank you present, so you can, it's still open to you to actually just say thank you. If you've been blessed by the conference, don't say, oh, it's free now, it's free now. It's free, but you have to appreciate them. They didn't charge us anything. We just have to say thank you. And honor is reciprocal. We put value on them. We see value. Personally, I see value in monetary gifts. So if someone say he loves me and everything, I give to the person if I truly honor the person. So as a foundation, we want to give to them as a sign of honor. Somebody say thank you. We want to give to them as a sign of honor. Imagine after all the teaching, the stress they've been through, and yes, want to say thank you as a foundation. So if you still want to support this course, we are still open for you to support the we are still open for you to support and support. So by tomorrow we'll be giving out the thank you present, and all the information or how the money was shared among the speakers would be made available to those who gave. Because one thing as a foundation we promote is integrity. For all our programs, we are financially accountable. We have financial accountability to all our programs. For every money that comes in, for everybody that give, we give proper accounting of how their money are spent, and that's how we grow. We are building a track record. We are telling a story, so we don't want at the early stage of our story will be truncated. So we are people of integrity. That's our watchword. So for everyone that gave, be rest assured that we would give you financial breakdown of what we actually use the money for and how we actually shared it to the speaker. So all those things will be prepared in a detailed report in a letterhead to you. So thank you so much for the training. Thank you so much. It's my desire that we go back to our school implementing what we have learned. That's my desire, that we go back to our school implementing everything that we have learned. Everything that we have learned. We are not just learning. The Teachers International Conference is not just to go and put it in your material or you've written or to listen to the messages again. If you go to the YouTube channel, play it over and over again and be part of it. Remember, School Rewired Conference is coming soon. It's not my program, but it's for Mrs. Okeinfo. It's not free, it's 7,000 naira. So you can check our Instagram page, Mrs. Okeinfo. You can check our Instagram page. Her name is Okeinfo Ajayi on Instagram. For those for school administrators and school proprietors or school people that have school, basically it's for teacher too, but the major focus school owners, yes. It's a conference that you just have to be, because she's very thorough in teaching and in reaching out to people. So also monthly training continues every third Saturday of the month is where we do dedicate for mostly trainings. We have speakers that come to teach us on different aspects about the classroom. So we'll be having August own edition. This was supposed to be July edition. July edition is like a conference that accumulates everything. But July is coming, September is coming, October is coming, November is coming, December is coming, even January. We are here. We've been doing it for a year and 6 months. So we are here every month. You see, so I will encourage us, set it every month via Telegram, 1 hour every month. It's not like teachers conference that we have separate speakers. No, it's just 1 hour every month with separate speakers that are good in the field, and they come to teach us, they come to train us to be better and to be more equipped for our teaching journey. And the cumulative of the teachers conference is the cumulative of the monthly teachers train the teachers campaign is the Teachers International Conference. So this is season 2. Season 2 has ended. We are planning for season 3. I have told the team of train the teachers that Next year is not online. This one was supposed to be physical, but due to some logistics, we did it online. But the next year training is physical. 1 week we'll be learning, we'll be training, we'll be networking within ourselves. So more information on stream would come out soon. You got the information you need via our WhatsApp page. If you if you want to still continue with us, the WhatsApp is open. WhatsApp page is open. You can continue with us. If I know some teachers actually asking a question, and what's the question that they want to be a volunteer in Lily's Foundation? I've seen that question in 2 or 3 occasions. How do I volunteer? How do I volunteer? Okay, so after the conference, you have to give us a break because we've been trying since. Everybody goes back. I know when I slept last night, so we can reconvene today. So please give us a break. But before Monday, modalities of being a volunteer under the Lily Sawyer Foundation, you will get to know them. We have different departments. We have kidspreneurship, we have educational empowerment, especially if you have a passion to reach out to school areas without no school, not areas that have school. This one, no school, they've not heard of education, they don't know what education is, they've never been to a formal school. I've planted schools in those regions, so I know what I'm saying. I've planted schools. That one I can put it in my CV, that I've planted schools in those regions, so I know that there are regions that actually existed. I've actually trekked 8 hours up the mountain and 12 hours into a village in the mountains of Silva in Adamawa State, just for educational intervention. So I know there are regions like that have never been to a school, never, not even once. So if you want to be a volunteer, to also train other teachers, to be part of the Train the Teachers volunteer, to plan our monthly our monthly teachers education, and also to train teachers, we are available. They are also parenting. If you are gifted in parenting and to plan our parenting, we're having our parenting conference in December. That conference, Saviska conference, don't worry, it will later be unveiled. But what we are picking up now in the kids bootcamp. So if you have a kid between 10 to 17 years and you want them to learn a digital skills like graphic design, the foundation is open. The link will be posted on our WhatsApp group. Just kindly go, and the next step of action will be open. And we have a business school that we train children on business. Wait, Miss Balkis, is she here? Miss Balkis, say hi. Miss Balkis, say hi. Miss Balkis, are you here? Are you here? Hello? Hello? Okay, she's not here. I wish she was on this call.
I'm here.
Okay, so just a parent that has a child in the Chuksom Business School, can you just tell other parents how it has been? So it's not be as if we are talking too much. So how has been the Chuksom Business School and the impact so far? In fact, that is her DP. If you can check her post, her DP is her child that was part of that pitched during our large KPIS conference. So can you just in 2 minutes just say 1 or 2 things about the business school, because not so open it for.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Good
I'm
evening,
one of the parents of students at Chuksom Business School. In fact, the foundation they did well for our children. They taught them how to be entrepreneurial, to be stand by their own, and in fact, they did well. Hello.
Yes, we can hear you. We are with you, ma. Yes, we are with you, ma.
The foundation did well. They taught our children how to stand by their own, and they taught them a lot. And the children now, they can do. Yes, ma.
Okay, continue, ma. Continue.
They did the practice, the practical aspect, and they had a kid conference on May 27 this month. This year, they had a kiddies conference at Lagos, and the program was excited. Thank you.
We are not done with them, oh. We are not done with them. They just
I
push
know they are still continue. You said they are still continue. They are still on your training, on your your monitoring for 3 years.
For 3 years, so we offer a 3 years support
for 3 years. Yes. Mentorship.
Yes.
Sorry.
So we have 3 years until their business is established. So we've moved from learning to practical. So the next phase is implementation. So very soon, when these people start implementing their business, we'll be opening the cohort for the next set of Chuksom Business School. It's a weekend meeting, so it's not something that clashes with their school activity. It's Friday and Saturday where we have our training. We bring in real-time CEOs, not paper. They have sections with CEOs. They learn graphic, they learn digital marketing. They learn a lot. Real-time CEOs, they had conversations.
In fact, they can do many things on the phone. They can do the graphic through the canvas, everything. They taught them everything. The foundation did well, in fact. They are great.
So you can see that we are not the business school is a rich school. A lot of CEOs had interaction with first-hand people. That it's actually, and we are still continuing. We are not stopping. Till 3 years, till we see their business. So very soon, when you are hearing Zuma Farms, you know what it is. Well, the plan we have for them is still in the cooler. Even them too, they've not seen the plans we have for them. That very soon you'll be hearing Zuma Farms, and they say, who is the CEO of Zuma Farms? It's a 13-year-old person like the CEO of Zuma Farms, and you'll be like, wow. Or who is the CEO of Martech Solutions? Or who is the CEO of Maxipio Fresh? They all have business idea. They have business logo. They have all of them. So by the time you start seeing their brand in the market, don't be surprised. They are students, they are products. So we still continue with them. So thank you so much for being part of our conference. Every information will be posted. For those that want to pay money outside Nigeria, I've not slept because of people. Even as I'm on this call, calls are coming in. So we are trying to set up a payment platform for payments. We are trying to set up a payment platform so that you can be able to make your payments to get your certificate. So thank you so much. Till we meet next year. Bye. Practice everything you learned, and God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. God bless you too. Really appreciate your commitment.
Friends, we appreciate.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you, everybody. Appreciated. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, before we go,
good evening, everybody. Hope we can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you, sir.
Question: is this platform still going to be active, or since the conference is ended, this platform will no longer be active?
It will be active.
Okay, let me answer your question, please. The platform is 100% active, just like we said. We normally run teachers training every month, so this platform will be used for those trainings. So it's 100% active. We are building a community. It's not a one-time off. Every month there is a program ongoing for teachers. So just be ready. There's a lot of programs for teachers, and the WhatsApp group too. We'll be using it for informations, opportunities, and all of that. Okay, so just want everybody to just drop how this program has impacted you, like what value do you get from this conference. So just drop on the chat section. We need your feedback from this conference, so everybody just try and do that. It's very important. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. Thank you
It's been massive. Oh.
for
Thank
everything.
you very much.
So
It's
just
been
drop
massive.
Thank you so much.
your feedback on the
Yeah.
chat box. We'll be
Mhm.
expecting it. We need your feedback. Thank you
Hello,
so much.
what about if someone wants to physically probably get training from Lily Sawyer?
It depends on your location and what you want to learn. So maybe you can maybe just share your location and what exactly you want to be trained on. Then we can arrange that to be done.
Okay. So one can get through to anybody in Lily Sawyer organization, probably through the platform, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
But the
Platform is
major person that is the team lead, if you want to reach out, please reach out to Mrs. Ifedayo. She would be the one that will put you through. She's the team lead of Train the Teachers campaign. So if you have any question, any concern, and please, if also put your, after you put your appreciation, also put your feedback or what you think that we can work on. It should be on two separate sides. Why you are saying, oh, how this conference has impacted my life, I love feedback a lot. What you think that we can work on and to make this conference maybe next year edition better. If you can do video so that we can put on our social media page of how this conference was, it's something that you can easily do. You can take today, tomorrow, and just do a short video on how the conference was and send it to us. Okay, thank you so much. God bless you. God bless you. See you next time. Bye.
Thank you very much. We really appreciate.
Excuse me, please, before you go off, one more question. The account for the appreciation, is it the same as the one for paying for certificate?
Yes, ma. Yes, ma. Just indicate that you are paying for certificates.
I'm sorry, the Kidpreneur. How can someone join? Bring someone's key to join.
For the kids, for the Chuksom Business School, the form is not yet out. We are just announcing it before time. We want to settle these cohorts to start something first. But most probably before September, the form would be out for the Kids Speech Conference. So it will be posted on the WhatsApp page. All you just need to do is follow the link and then obey the instructions there. If you have any question, you can reach out to us. But the form and everything will be posted on the WhatsApp page for every information, for every program, especially our programs are targeted to children. So for every program we are organizing, the first person we are going to reach out to is our primary contact, which is the WhatsApp group. So we are going to be posting the programs. Why I'm emphasizing WhatsApp group is that Telegrams is just for the conferences. Where you will see more of our action is on the WhatsApp group. So don't leave the Telegram group. Or the Telegram group is when we want to have conference. You will see us fully in the Telegram group like now. But the WhatsApp is our primary mode of communication. And please, nobody from the group will chat you for anything personal. I will not do that. If